offensive guns. Marianne Hansen and Stephanie Manu of the BC Angels travel into hostile territory to battle Tiffany Russell and the Toronto Triumph next on LFL Saturday Night Football. Live at beautiful downtown Toronto, Ontario. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Bobby Huco, I'm Van Earl Wright. And Bobby, tonight inside this Hershey Center, we might just witness a little bit of history because tonight Toronto might finally grab that very elusive victory.
You're right, Van Earl. This franchise is 0-3 this year. They were 0-4 last year. Combined in the LFL, 0-7. That's not good. Somehow they have to get off the schneid tonight. Whatever they have to do, they're not playing for the playoffs. They're not in the Lingerie Bowl. They need to get a win. Just win, baby. However they can do it, they need to do it.
So what does Toronto need to do to finally enter the win column?
They have to get the football to their two-headed monster. Wide receiver, Crystal Hall, one of the most unused wide receivers there is with so much talent. She can run, she can catch with anybody in the LFL. And at tight end, the most underrated tight end, the big Tiffany Russell. She's big, she's strong, she can run, she can block, she can catch balls out of the backfield. They have to get the ball, these two girls, to win tonight.
Standing in the way of Toronto tonight, the BC Angels. And for more on the Angels, we take you down to the field and welcome the third member of our broadcast team, Mitchell Mortaza.
Welcome down the floor, guys. We are in warm-ups here amongst the BC Angels, and really the question tonight is, how much is head coach of the BC Angels, Kevin Snell, going to play his starters? Specifically, his quarterback, Marianne Hansen, who's had a phenomenal year. And then you're talking about Stephanie Manu, who is the leading rusher of LFL Canada. Can he afford to have injuries there? But after talking to Coach Snell, he made it very clear to me that they want to win this game tonight. They want to go into the Lingerie Bowl with a big win here in Toronto. And he added that he does not want to be the first team to lose to the Toronto Triumph. So it sounds like his players are going to go the distance tonight. It's wait and see, I guess. Back to you guys.
Here we go. Can Tiffany Russell and her Toronto Triumph capture that elusive franchise victory? Kickoff is next. Before we kick it off, we check in with Mitch, who's with a key player for the home team.
Thanks, guys. Down here on the field minutes from kickoff, I've got one of the future stars of this league and certainly a big Toronto Triumph contributor, tight end Tiffany Russell. Tiffany, in a tough year last year at 0-4, starting 0-3 this year. How important is it to get this one here at home and feel good about going into the offseason?
Incredibly important. We don't want to leave this season with this record. In front of our home crowd, we want to get them pumped up. We have the greatest fans. We need this win. We need it for next season. We need it for us to finish this season, go off-season training on a high note.
Best of luck tonight, all right, Tiff? Back to you guys. We're ready to kick it off.
Mitch, thank you so much. Toronto desperate for an entry into the win column, Bobby.
They are totally desperate. BC, they got to play sharp. I know they made the Lingerie Bowl already, but you know what? They have to play hot football tonight to play good football in the Lingerie Bowl.
That's the big challenge for them. Christine Moore kicking it off for BC. Bounces into the end zone. They'll wave it a touchback, and Toronto will have the first offensive possession of this game, starting at their own 10-yard line. Tiffany Russell has been moved from tight end to center. Jenny Butler is the starting running back. And the quarterback for the Triumph, Mouse Billy Gonzalo. 1st and 10 for the Triumph. Quick inside handoff to Alicia Emerson. All kinds of running room on 1st down. Toronto comes out with an impressive start on first down for another first down.
Trips right, inside handoff to Alicia Emerson. She's going to get the ball a lot tonight because Pinnock, the starting running back, has been benched for missing practice. She'll play, but later on.
Another 1st and 10 for Villa Gonzalo. Pressured, and the ball is loose. But it looks like Toronto was able to recover on the big hit to the Toronto quarterback, Mouse Villa Gonzalo. I tell you, Toronto looking to throw because they have the weapons to have a potent pass and attack, Bobby.
As we mentioned in pregame, Tiffany Russell has to get the ball, and Donna Paul, I don't know why she's not playing quarterback. All year long, when she gets in the game, she hits Russell just like this, and she hits every player. She gets in the game and completes passes. She should be playing quarterback because on that reverse, she completes balls. Crystal Hall right there, 114 yards on 7 receptions. She needs the ball more tonight.
Referees indicate 2nd down for Toronto, meaning that Toronto did recover the fumble by Villa Gonzalo that was created by Stevie Snoor. Defensively, Kate Marshall is the new middle linebacker, and Jessica Hopkins always a big presence defensively for the BC Angels.
The mouse right there, Marife Villa Gonzalo, she has to play big. Her stats aren't good right there. 7 interceptions. She is an Achilles heel for the team sometimes. She stops drives with those interceptions.
Pitch to Jenny Butler. Lots of running room on the right side for the starting running back for the Triumph. A gain of 13 yards taken down by Jessica Hopkins.
Jenny Butler, a great player from Philadelphia. Coach Chandler Brown thought she could play a lot more running back, but with the Roach back there in Philadelphia, she didn't see much time, but she shows she's a strong rusher here in the LFL.
It'll be a 3rd and 1 for Toronto. Working 11 yards from the end zone. Handoff to Butler, the tailback. Quickly met, but still able to pick up enough yardage for another first down. 1st and goal for the Triumph.
Right there, Jenny Butler, showing her strong legs, showing why she's got the speed that she has, but she's a power runner, and she ran right over Stevie Snoor right there, who's one of the toughest players in the LFL to get the first down.
Very tough is Stevie Snoor. She's playing with a torn ACL in this game. It's a 1st and goal for Toronto from the 9. Handoff again to Jenny Butler. Again, plenty of running room this time on the left side. Another good gain. 6 yards on the carry.
Vanderbilt, she's showing it again, why she's not only got the speed, but the power. Watch it, she runs right through 2 players. She could start for any LFL team, but Philadelphia last year, she was behind the Roach, who was the star of the league. So she's showing her stuff now in the LFL Canada League.
2nd and goal for Toronto. They have come out on fire, looking very impressive in their first offensive series of the game. From the 3-yard line. A handoff to Roxy Rowe. No gain on that play. The stop made by Heidi Nordby.
Ashley Hammer Jackson right there, the hammer. She's arguably the best hitter in the LFL. She's getting her first start tonight at corner, Vanderbilt.
It'll be a 3rd and goal for Villa Gonzalo in the Triumph from the 3-yard line. Villa Gonzalo keeping it this time and fighting for the end zone and finds it. Touchdown, Toronto, after the 3-yard plunge by their quarterback, Mouse Villa Gonzalo, who spikes it with authority.
The Mouse finds some cheese right up the middle, blowing right through on a quarterback sneak. One of her favorite plays for 6 points right there. They know that play's coming, but they couldn't stop it.
The Mouse looks very determined to redeem herself and be a leader for this Toronto team who has been struggling and fighting.
She's got a champion's heart, you know that, Vanderbilt? She keeps playing until she gets it right.
Now Toronto lining up for their points after the first touchdown of this game for this edition of LFL Saturday Night Football. From under center, Villa Gonzalo looking to throw. Oh, a quick strike and caught by Donna Paul. That was a nice zip throw. Good for the conversion, good for the 2 points after.
A play-action pass, a quick slant right here to Donna Paul, the old QB to QB. Tom Brady couldn't have pinpointed that pass better than Villa Gonzalo did right there. Great play.
Penalty on the play, but it was offside on the defense, which was obviously declined. Offensively for BC, Stephanie Manu, their star running back. Stevie Snoor, as we mentioned, battling the ACL, and Marianne Hansen is their quarterback. They start their own drive by handing it off to Stephanie Manu, right side. Ball is loose. Pig on the floor. fight for the pin on the floor, and it comes away in the hands of Toronto. Wow, the good start for the Triumph continues.
We talked about Jenny Butler on offense, but 2 years ago, 2011, she was an LFL Defensive Player of the Year finalist in Philadelphia, showing what she can do right here, stripping the ball. Jenny Butler doing it on both sides of the ball tonight, Vanderl.
That loose ball recovered by Stephanie Busatil for Toronto, so they start off with a 7-play, 40-yard scoring drive. BC fumbles on their first offensive play, and Toronto is back in business. 1st and 10, 18 yards from the end zone. Pitch to Jenny Butler. Oh, a big hit as Alicia Garcia came up and met the running back.
Alicia Garcia forcing the issue. She looks like a CFL cornerback coming up right here. Nailing her in the backfield. That's how football was played, Vanderl. Great form tackling.
Still giving Butler and the Triumph a gain of 1 yard down to the 17-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Triumph. Villa Gonzalo continuing to work from underneath center. Inside handoff to Alicia Emerson. Mitch, tell us what the atmosphere is like down there.
3:33 and counting in the first quarter. You definitely get a different sense here on the Toronto bench. There's an air of excitement, like something special might happen tonight. Very uncharacteristic turnover by Stephanie Manu. We'll see if Toronto can make her pay for it. But you definitely get a sense of energy down here on the sideline, like something great could happen. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mitch. That last play, a 3rd and 1. Villa Gonzalo keeping it herself, gaining 2 yards and picking up another first down for the Triumph. And a great observation, Mitch, because Toronto is definitely on their toes and playing with a lot more energy.
Absolutely right. Mitch and Vanderl, you are correct. Steve Moore, whatever he did, the coach for Toronto, he's got it going tonight. They look like a different team. At 0-3, they could have crawled under a rock, but they look like, and they could have been looking for the offseason, but they look like they're possessed, ready to win their first game tonight, Vanderl.
1st and goal for the Triumph from the 7-yard line. Reverse, Donna Paul. Oh, a nice cutback to avoid a tackler and taking it down to the 2-yard line. Another positive play for Toronto.
Great play again. It's reverse to Donna Paul. She throws it out of this formation a lot, but look at the hole right there, the blocking. Look at the cut by Paul. If you forget, Vanderl, she was a starting quarterback last year and played well until she had the PCL injury.
We do have a flag on the play. Here's our referee, Doug Richardson.
Foul, number 10, half a distance, first down.
Again, more positive news and a turn of events for the Triumph. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for Toronto.
The way Toronto's playing right now, and more importantly, the way BC's playing right now, they might be overlooking this game looking at the Lingerie Bowl.
It looks like it because they are flat. Handoff to Jenny Butler, who walks in. Easy touchdown. Toronto just rocking and rolling here in the first quarter in front of their home crowd.
Just a basic dive play to the left. BC, if they're going to win the Lingerie Bowl, this defense better step up and play better than this. They are obviously not here tonight.
But we do have a flag, and again, here's referee Doug Richardson.
Procedure on the offense. First down repeated.
That's usually a dead ball foul. They went ahead and let the play run itself out, so the touchdown immediately wiped off the board. It is still 8-0 Toronto, but they are still in a 1st and goal situation from the 6-yard line. Again, the inside handoff to Alicia Emerson. Got a great block on the edge and walked into the end zone. So much for the penalty. They are continuing to roll.
Coach Brock, another good call. The same call to Alicia Emerson. Watch the block up top by Donna Paul. What a seal block that opens up that touchdown run. Donna Paul, the quarterback, is now the running back, now the blocking wide receiver. She's doing it all.
14-0 Toronto jumping out to the big lead. And number 14 is the number that belongs to Alicia Emerson, who just took it in to give the Triumph their 14th point of this game early on in the first quarter.
Vanderl, who would have called it?
No kidding.
You would have thought BC would come in this game all fired up, getting prepared for the Lingerie Bowl. They're getting their butt kicked by Toronto right now.
Just on their heels. And another whistle stops play, which usually means it's on the offense. Looks like a delay of game. Here's Doug Richardson. There you go. They'll back it up 5 yards again. This is for the conversion, the points after their second touchdown. So they'll try it from 7 yards out. Giving it off to Donna Ball, looking to throw. Caught in the end zone by Crystal Hall. Toronto is rocking. They are leading this ball game 16-0. And we're still in the first quarter.
Donna Paul is on fire. She hasn't thrown an incompletion, I think, in 4 games. I don't know why she's not the starting quarterback. And Crystal Hall, the most unused great receiver in the LFL, finally getting her mitts on the football.
Time for the BC offense to wake up. And their star running back, Stephanie Manu, talks about their strategy.
Going into the second game, we're really excited because we've changed our offense quite a bit. Instead of running with the ball, we've thrown in a few tricks in there, so I think we'll have them guessing quite a bit.
Well, so far they haven't really had a chance to show a change in their offensive strategy. You see the numbers for Stephanie Manu, very impressive, and that's why she is an MVP candidate.
Ridiculous number of yards, Vanderbilt. 313 yards, a league high so far. Unbelievable.
Off 1st and 10. The handoff goes to Manu on the right side. Good strong run, and you better believe he does a much better job of protecting that football on that carry.
Misdirection right there. Manu takes the ball, takes it up the middle. I'm surprised she's going to be playing a lot. I mean, she's coming off a broken nose early in the year, and you won her in a game. She is the key to the lingerie ball.
Look at the starters defensively for Toronto, led by their leading tackler, Devine Burton, and Jaleesa McCrary's been having a great year for the Triumph. 2nd and 4 for BC. Again, the handoff to Manu, this time working the left side and toting the pig for 6 yards. And looks like another first down.
Tell you what, Coach Snell does not want to lose football game. He likes to win, and he's giving the ball to Manu all the time now.
But yet another flag on the field.
Holding underneath the offense. Second down or 2.
The struggling continues for BC. They'll back it up 5 yards to the 11-yard line. So instead of the first down, it'll be 2nd and 9 for Marianne Hansen and the Angels.
Vander, I think at some point for BC, pride's got to come in. You don't want to get your butt kicked by Toronto, a team that is 0-7 in the LFL.
2nd and 9 from their own 11-yard line. Hansen working from the shotgun. Low snap. Pressure on Hansen. Looks like she was just throwing it away to avoid the sack. Intended for Jeanette Jackson, number 2 for the Angels.
A great blitz by the side. Emerson almost came in, almost got to the ball. Hansen just lobbed it up. Thank God it was incomplete, but they're not playing good football right now.
Totally out of rhythm. 3rd and 9 for BC. Hansen moving back underneath center for 3rd and 9. Handoff to Manu. Back up the middle. Not much room, and certainly not enough for the first down. As the first quarter comes to an end, Toronto on fire. Alicia Emerson and the Triumph out to a 16-0 lead. Back inside the Hershey Center for the second quarter. Here's Mitch Mortaza.
Start of the second quarter down here, guys. I'm over here in the Toronto bench, but I think what a lot of people are wondering, if this game continues to go the way it is, at 16-0 and potentially worse here on this next drive, how long does BC head coach Kevin Snell keep in those starters, a Mary Hansen, a Stephanie Manu? You're risking injury in a game that could potentially get out of hand, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays itself out as this game goes on. Back to you guys.
Excellent point, Mitch, and you got to wonder that because Marianne Hansen, the quarterback for BC, and of course Stephanie Manu, Bobby, so important for BC to have any chance at winning a football game.
In my opinion, she is the top back in the LFL so far this year. She's been running through people, running around people, and running away from people. Look at that speed for her size. And if you remember, she played this season with a broken nose. People don't realize how much that affects your game right there. Getting a shot to the head with a broken nose, it affects her entire head. It's almost like having a concussion.
That game that she played with a broken nose, she toted the pig for more than 100 yards. It's a 4th and 5 for BC from their own 15. Hansen working from the gun, looking to go to the air, looking down the middle. Oh! Should have been caught by Elisa Garcia. She had it and then fouled it out of her hand.
I don't know why, but Toronto had all 7 players at the line of scrimmage. There was nobody deep. It was a great read by Hansen, a great throw. Elisa Garcia, all she has to do is catch the football. Why would they have 7 men up at the line of scrimmage like that? 4th and 5.
Good question. The ball goes over on downs. No punting in LFL. Toronto takes over and tries to continue their steamrolling rhythm that they have established offensively in this final regular season game of LFL Saturday Night Football.
BC does not look like they're ready to play. That's an easy catch. How many times did she catch that ball in practice and during games, and she drops it in the last game of the year against Toronto?
1st and 10 for Toronto. Villa Gonzalo looking to throw, scrambling to her right, going to the end zone. Ball knocked away. She was going for Crystal Hall. Kate Marshall is the starting middle linebacker for the Angels, and she talks about BC's defensive strategy.
So Toronto is a pretty tricky offense, and we've made some huge changes on our defensive line in order to make sure we stop that offense, we stop the run, we cover the pass, and we continue to swarm to the ball.
Kate Marshall, I'll tell you what, Vanderbilt, she is a finalist also for LFL Defensive Player of the Year. Right there, she's got 11 tackles. I think that's why she got moved up to middle linebacker. And Jessica Hopkins, she goes back to her normal position at safety. We're going to see if that works tonight.
Hand off to Jenny Butler for Toronto. Good, strong run on the right side. Taking it down inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. A first down for the Triumph. 1st and goal.
What a block up front by Tiff Russell, one of the only players who played university football experience in the LFL. And as Chandler Brown said, quote, Jenny Butler can start for any team in the LFL. Great combination there with that block. You got Jenny Butler following it.
1st and goal, 4 yards away from the end zone for their 3rd touchdown of this game as Villa Gonzalo works from underneath center. Keeping it herself, down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. Jessica Hopkins with the tackle.
Wow, what a run by the Mouse. She steamrolled Hopkins for 3 yards. She looked like Brian Bosworth going over Bo Jackson, Vanderbilt.
Villa Gonzalo getting some play instructions from her coach. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. You heard Villa Gonzalo called dive right. We'll see if that plays out. Hand it off to Jenny Butler. Big hit by Kate Marshall. In fact, that'll probably be a loss of yards.
We just talked about Kate Marshall. You heard her. She's playing middle linebacker now. This is the reason why. Wow. They're tackling for her, putting a head across the bow like that. Wow, Vanderbilt, that's why she's playing middle linebacker.
Now a 3rd and goal for Toronto. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line for Villa Gonzalo and the Triumph offense trying to score their 3rd touchdown. Villa Gonzalo. Oh, again it's Kate Marshall, a wall of denial for the BC Angels, giving some much-needed energy to their team.
Kate Marshall looks like Mike Singletary in there at the middle linebacker position. She's playing unbelievable since that switch from safety. And at Van Earl, you know she's a great athlete. She played soccer, volleyball, basketball, and she was the captain of the BC provincial rugby team. She's doing it all tonight.
Now it's a 4th and goal as BC trying to stand up and make a stand against Toronto and keep their team in this game. 4th and goal from the 2-yard line for Toronto. Villa Gonzalo pitching it to Jenny Butler, fumble. Pig on the floor, but Butler, I believe, recovered her own fumble, but it doesn't matter. The ball will go over in downs, and Toronto misses on an opportunity.
This might be what BC needs. They need a spark, get some momentum. As we talked about, the lingerie ball is coming up. The championship game, you got to play sharp. That goal line stands right there, led by Kate Marshall, might be the catalyst.
They won't have very good field position as they start from their own 2-yard line, but they'll certainly take it as opposed to yet another Toronto touchdown. BC takes over, 1st and 10. But it was their defense that really stepped up that time, and for BC's sake, hopefully woke up their team. Marianne Hansen working from the shotgun in her own end zone. Low snap, bounce to Hansen, still able to recover, but throws the pass incomplete. Pressured by Stephanie Budasil on that throw.
But it all starts with the center. She bounces it to Hansen right there. A bad snap, horrible snap. She scooped it, makes a good play, but right there, Steph Budasil, looking like J.J. Watt, jumps up, times the ball, and tips it. Great play on defense.
Now 2nd and 10 for BC. Still working from their own 2-yard line. Marianne Hansen needs to provide some much-needed leadership for this Angel offense. Again, she works from the shotgun deep in her own end zone. Again, a bad snap. She scoops it up, throws it, caught complete to Christine Moore. Good gain, gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone. Much needed for the BC offense.
Maybe Christine Moore could be the spark. Another bad snap right there. Heidi Norby, I don't know what she's doing, scooping her, skipping it up there like that. Christine Moore, this great player from Seattle, showing her strength right there, getting the first down. Maybe this is what they need to finally get a little action going.
Actually came up a yard short, so it's 3rd and 1 for BC. They've got to protect that football when they're this deep in their own territory.
They're not looking like the old BC. Something's not right tonight, Van Earl.
3rd and 1 from their own 11. Marianne Hansen keeping it herself and gaining enough for the first down. In fact, that and more, a gain of 5 yards for the Angels.
Maybe that's what Hansen needs right there. Get a little contact, wake up a little bit. She's got a great football IQ. She lives football all year long. That's all she does is study. Right now, she needs to forget the studying and just playing. When she plays, she looks like Warren Moon and Doug Flutie. But right now, she's in a funk.
Devine Burton and the Toronto defense now. It is their turn to step up. But more importantly, BC needs to answer the so far 16 unanswered points scored by Toronto. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Shotgun snap. This time Hansen drops the snap. And she fumbles the ball as well. Recovered by her own teammate, Jeanette Jackson. Sloppy football.
Very sloppy. You can't do that. You can't fumble the football like that. Then she takes her eye off. She wanders around. Then she fumbles the ball. Just hold on to the ball. Keep it. Jeanette Jackson coming up right there. Maybe we need Jeanette Jackson to come up with some. Maybe she can get a little Rhythm Nation going with this team.
The musicology provided by Bobby Huco. Will Toronto continue with their moonwalking? We reached the 2-minute mark of the first half. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the LFL is certainly doing its part, wearing pink and showing pink wherever the opportunity presents itself throughout the month of October. It is 2nd and 14 after the fumble by BC. Jaleesa McCrary and the Toronto defense looking to keep BC scoreless. Marianne Hansen, her numbers through the season, a great rating, Bobby.
Her rating is unbelievable, one of the tops in the league, but she's not showing it tonight. And as the quarterback, as the team leader, she's got to lead this team into the lingerie bowl with some fire.
2nd and 14, Hansen working from the gun, going deep down the right side. Good coverage by Crystal Hall, and the ball falls incomplete. Alicia Garcia, the intended receiver.
Hansen had her there, had her release the ball a little bit earlier, put some air under, get it down the field. Garcia was there. Crystal Hall, the great athlete she is, she came up with a great defensive play, great offensive player, but now she's showing it on defense.
Now a 3rd and 14 for the BC Angels.
Daniel, right now is when Hansen got to show her stuff. She has to show what kind of leader she is to get this team over the hump right now. They're not showing anything right now. They're going to go into the lingerie bowl, and Saskatoon is going to kick their butt if they play like this.
Oh, no doubt about that. They have got to find some rhythm. 3rd and 14. Hansen again from the gun. Looking to throw and looking on the right side, but more good defense provided by Crystal Hall of Toronto. The pass intended for Kate Marshall.
Banner, I said this before. Toronto's lost 7 games, but they've got 99 problems, but Crystal Hall is one. What a defensive play right there. Coming up on the ball, attacking. Perfect timing. Right when the ball gets there, she hits the ball and the receiver.
That was a great defensive play by number 20 in blue. 4th and 14 for BC. Struggling, looking lost. Absolutely zero rhythm for the Angels offense.
They're not doing anything better. Nothing good tonight at all. I don't know if the coaches are bringing it back a little bit. They're making like they're not. But Stephanie Manu's not getting the ball as much, but their offense is not there.
Play clock is running down. Hansen again from the shotgun. The snap is good. Hansen looking to throw down the middle. That one was way off the mark. Ball drops to the ground, incomplete.
Hansen had happy feet right here. Look at the blocking she has. She has all day long. Quarterback should stay in the pocket, not think they have to throw the ball on timing when there's no rush. She's going to have that back there 7 seconds, and if she's back there 7 seconds, somebody's going to get open.
Marianne Hansen, very frustrated.
Hey, you guys need to sort it out. Come on. No, I was trying to get it out because they hit each other. They didn't open up.
Coach Snell is right. I hate quarterbacks that think they have to throw the ball when you have time. That's a quarterback's dream. Stay in the pocket as long as you can and throw it when somebody gets open.
Off the 1st and 10, a 4-yard carry for Villa Gonzalo. And once again, they are in scoring position in the red zone. Now at the 8-yard line of BC.
Sandro, do you see who made that tackle again? Kate Marshall. She's become the Bruce Jenner of the LFL. She does everything right. Offense, defense, now at middle linebacker. Super athlete.
With Bruce Jenner. Okay, 2nd and 6. Villa Gonzalo scrambling around to her right, looking to throw back across the field. And she had Jenny Butler wide open.
Again, that's just bad quarterback play. She's great play action pass. Plant your feet, set your shoulders, point your left shoulder at the target, and deliver the ball. Jenny Butler's wide open for a touchdown.
Bobby Yuko, the former Florida Gator quarterback, sharing the key fundamental.
Always point your off shoulder where you're going to throw and the ball will get there. If you don't, if you have open shoulders, the ball will never get there.
3rd and 6 for Toronto. Again, looking to throw. Villa Gonzalo, whoa, again, she had Butler to walk into the end zone. They could not connect.
I want to coach Villa Gonzalo. She's got this, Kellen, she's got the talent, but right there, again, Butler's open, take a little bit off. There's nobody behind her. Float the ball in the corner of the end zone. She runs under it for a touchdown.
Now Villa Gonzalo working from the shotgun and again looking to throw it, going to the end zone. Picked up! Oh my, picked up by Jessica Hopkins. She's got room. She is gone. Oh, what a huge play late in the first half for the Angels doing their snow dance, victory dance.
Girl-free coverage. Mouse underthrows. Unbelievable. Unbelievable underthrow. Jessica Hopkins, she did this all last year in the LFL at defensive back. Showing the ball, showing it to the crowd. Unbelievable turn of events. Maybe this is the play that BC needs. Watch her reaction on the ball. A bad pass, granted, by the Mouse, but she broke on the ball, came, and then watch her speed. This is why she plays receiver like in Seattle like she did last year. Great play by Jessica Hopkins.
50-yard return for the BC score as they finally get on the board here at the Hershey Center in Toronto. Now the Angels are lining up for the points after. Hanson from the shotgun, good snap, looking to throw, caught wide open. Jeanette Jackson. The points after are good. The Toronto lead is cut in half.
Great girl coverage. Jeanette Jackson breaks across on that girl coverage, wide open. Now Jeanette Jackson has put BC under control.
16-8 now, Toronto leads. What a huge play by Jessica Hopkins, and they convert the 2 points after. They are back in it now.
Leave it to the old veteran, Jessica Hopkins. Put a spark in that team. In fact, put a spark in this whole arena. Toronto right now might be going back on their heels because this might be the old Toronto team. Let's see if the Mouse can step up and somehow lead them to their first win after that great play by Jessica Hopkins.
Final minute of the first half. Villa Gonzalo from the gun and again looking to throw for the 4th straight play. Nobody around that one. I think it was intended for Tiffany Russell, but that one was way off the mark.
Tiffany Russell, again, was wide open. The Mouse just doesn't have it tonight. If I was a coach, I'd go to Donna Paul. Every time Donna Paul runs after first, she gets the ball, she stays in the pocket, and delivers strikes. The Mouse right now just doesn't have it.
Now a 2nd and 10 for Toronto from their own 10-yard line. All the previous offensive possessions have been started in good field position. This one from deep in their own territory. Reverse pass. Donna Paul caught, complete to Tiff Russell as she bangs into the boards and goes out of bounds in the final seconds of the first half.
And Earl, just like we were talking about, put the ball in Donna Paul's hand. Look at her in the pocket. She delivers with people right in her face. She hits the target we talked about is underthrown all year. Tiff Russell catches everything. I would put Donna Paul in at quarterback all the time.
Here's Tiff Russell talking about their offense.
We've had a tough 2 seasons here in Toronto, but offensively we've been coming together and seeing little glimmers of hope. I'm glad to be part of this team and this offense.
Tiff Russell's stats right there, 65 yards, only 4 receptions. She should have about 12 right now. Maybe next year we'll get the ball more often to her, but she's going to be a superstar.
18-yard gain resulting in a 1st and 10. Again, looks like the same play. Donna Paul. Oh, knocked away that time. Could have been picked off.
Jessica Hopkins, what a player. Reading the ball again. That was almost a pick 6 the other way. You can only run this play so many times. They see that double burst, especially a veteran like Jessica Hopkins. She jumps on the ball. She should have had it actually for another 6. But her eyes are out there. 20 tackles. This girl is one of the best veterans and obviously one of the best defensive players in LFL Canada.
Villa Gonzalo looking to throw this time. Down the left side. Too high for Tiff Russell. Still, that could have been caught.
Could have been caught, but also delivered well. She plants her feet and hits it in the numbers. That ball gets to stretch out with safeties out there. They're going to hit you. But you're right, man. It should have been caught, but you know me, always look at the quarterback. Deliver the ball, step into it, and throw it right in the chest.
Again, these are the final few seconds of the first half. Toronto with the ball, now facing a 3rd and 10, 22 yards away from the end zone. Villa Gonzalo from the shotgun. Moving, finding plenty of time, scrambling around, throwing back across the field to Crystal Hall, but the pass was incomplete. Ball hit the ground.
There's a penalty here, but you know what they did right here? BC had 3 safeties deep. There's no way she was going to deliver a deep ball, which she was trying to do. You saw her looking deep, then she came underneath and underthrew the ball again, man, Earl.
Holding on the offense. Left on the decline. First down to the right.
So with just a few seconds remaining in the first half, BC takes over from right around midfield, their own 22-yard line. They'll probably just be very happy and relieved that they are on the board. Maybe take a knee and head into the locker room.
No, you got to take a shot. They got a roll going right here. Why not try to get the ball to Jessica Hopkins again?
Throw it over to Hopkins left side, but the ball pass was off the mark, incomplete, and we have reached halftime. Toronto leading BC 16-8. Let's send it to Mitch, who's with the BC head coach.
Down here on the field, halftime, Coach Kevin Snell of the BC Angels. Didn't expect this, 16-8 going into the half. What's going on out there?
We're putting in our passing scheme and getting Marianne to start reading the defense. She's struggling a little bit seeing our defenses in our 4-3. We watched a lot of film with her, so she's really got to slow her mind down and see what we've studied on film all week.
Okay.
Our adjustments in the second half and see what we can do. Yeah.
And the million-dollar question seems to be, I've certainly been asking it in the first half, how long can we expect to see a Mary Hansen and Stephanie Manu in this game?
You know what, this game's important for us. We want to come out and win this game. I know we're going to pull out some girls and that kind of stuff. We went through it, me and my coaches, but we need this win. We need this win to go into the finals with confidence.
I figured as much. Well, best of luck.
Give me an ego, my friend.
All right, best of luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
That head coach wants to win and wants to go into the Lingerie Bowl riding the emotion of a victory. Back with our halftime activities after this. Back inside the Hershey Center where Toronto leads the BC Angels 16-8 here at halftime. Alongside Bobby Yuko, I'm Van Earl Wright. And Toronto's looking good for their first ever win because they've been getting so much help from the BC Angels.
BC is not looking good. Stephanie Manu, their MVP candidate, she's only got 27 yards rushing right now. Hansen, their quarterback, she's got 9 yards passing. 36 yards total offense for a team that's going to the Lingerie Bowl just doesn't work. They're going to have to step it up in the second half and play that championship football that we know they can play.
We'll see what they can do. Right now, we want to show you the first half highlights. Toronto really dominated the first half. They scored the first 16 points thanks to their quarterback and thanks to Alicia Emerson off a great Donna Paul block. BC got back into the game thanks to their defense in this goal line stand. And then Jessica Hopkins picked off the pass and returned it 50 yards for BC's lone touchdown in the game. Toronto leads it 16-8, Bobby.
The halftime stats, the big difference in the time of possession, almost double for Toronto with 10 minutes and 17 seconds. But not shown is the field position that Toronto had. Every time they got the ball, it was inside of BC's territory. Their offense was in scoring position all the time.
The second half kickoff after this. Moments away from the kickoff to the second half. Toronto leading this ball game 16-8. Stephanie Busatil will kick it away for Toronto. Ashley Petrie is back to return. Petrie takes it at her own 4-yard line. Cuts back. Nope. Slips out to the right sideline. Pushed out of bounds. Good return by Petrie. 17 yards. BC will start on their own 21. Ashley Hammer Jackson shake it up on the kickoff return.
That could be big, Van Earl. Hammer Jackson, the hammer, she's a big key. You do not want to get her hurt going into Lingerie Bowl. That's what Mitch was talking to the head coach about with Coach Snell. Are you going to keep your players out? This is why you do it. I hate to see it, and I know Coach Snell wants to win this game, but this is why you pull your players. You get some of your key stars hurt, and then look what happened to the Roach last year in Philadelphia. Philadelphia was not the same team.
1st and 10 for Marianne Hanson. You see her numbers from the first half, very unimpressive. Manu starts it off, taking it up the right side. Good strong run for number 8 in white, Stephanie Manu.
McCreary on the tackle right there. McCreary is leading the team right now on tackles as she goes head-to-head with Stephanie Manu. And again, Vanderbilt, how long is Manu going to play in the second half, especially when the hammer just got her to play before?
Gain of 8 yards for Manu. 2nd and 2 for Hanson and the Angels.
We'll see if Hanson can come right now. I know they want momentum. They want to win this game, but do you really have to?
Hanson from under center. Elisa Garcia avoids the tackle in the backfield off the end around, but the play results in no gain. Whitney Peronish with the tackle.
Vanderbilt, watch this play by Whitney Peronish. She played for the Philadelphia Passion last year. She was a great player for them. I think she's going to be the same up here in the LFL. She's been a great secure tackle.
Let's check in with Mitch on using Stephanie Manu the rest of the way.
Guys, you're talking to head coach Kevin Snell again as they came out. They said, hey, guess what? We're just going to play this thing out. We're going to go to our strength. It's only a one-possession game. They're committed to winning this game, so they're going to go back to their bread and butter. And that's going to be a whole lot of Stephanie Manu. Back to you guys.
That's a complete pass from Marianne Hanson to Jeanette Jackson. Good enough for the first down for the BC Angels as they try to find some rhythm offensively. They got some there, a first down.
Super play by Marianne Hanson. 3 players were blitzed for that right. She had a hot read to Jeanette Jackson. She's playing great tonight. Hanson looks like the old quarterback. Maybe she can take him in for a tie right here.
1st and 10 for BC, 18 yards away from the end zone. Handoff to Manu, lots of running room on the left side. Quickly the door was closed by Peronish and Alicia Emerson. The gain 3 yards.
Stephanie Manu, as I mentioned, she's a finalist to be the MVP, but Vanderbilt, if I was the coach, I'd pull her out right now. She's taking too many hits. Whitney Peronish just laid into her right there. She's already hurt from that broken nose. She's your superstar. I know you want to win, but you got to play some other girls.
2nd and 7 for BC. From the 15-yard line. Hanson from the shotgun. Moving to her right. Throwing. Way off the mark. Good coverage. Pass was incomplete.
Great coverage by Jaleesa McCreary, another super player from Philadelphia. She leads the team in tackles, like I mentioned. She was all over coverage right there. Marianne Hanson just threw it away or would have been picked off by McCreary. Or actually, Crystal Hall was right there, too. Great coverage by Toronto.
3rd and 7 now for Hanson and the Angels as she moves back underneath center. Handoff to Manu, left side. Not much running room at all that time. Game tackled by the Toronto defense. Does manage to pick up 2 yards.
Watch Manu right here. It's amazing. In training camp, nobody knew who this girl was. Here she is, one game, going into the Lingerie Bowl, and the favorite, in my opinion, to win the MVP.
They know they need to get the ball to Stephanie Manu if they want to have a chance at winning this game.
Dan Earl, as much as Stephanie Manu's an elite back in the LFL, tonight is Toronto's defense. We got Roxy Rowe, Alicia Emerson, Jaleesa McCreary. They're all playing great defense, and they're stopping Stephanie Manu tonight. Manu tonight, she's only netting 14 yards so far, Van Earl. 14 yards, that's unbelievable, and a credit to Toronto's defense.
BC now facing a 4th down and 5 to go from Toronto's 13-yard line. Handoff to Manu. Oh, my! You heard the big hit. And look at the twisting of Manu's body by the gang tackling of the Triumph.
Unbelievable hit right there by McCreary again. And Devine Burke, watch this hit, Vander. They come out of the corner, a cat corner, bam! Toronto has come to play, Vander. I cannot believe the way they're stepping up against the #1 back in the league.
I'm beginning to agree with you, Bobby, that if Manu is going to take hits like that, she should probably take a rest the rest of the game. Those are the numbers for Mouse Villa-Gonzalo, the Toronto quarterback, in the first half.
It's amazing. Those stats right there might be the worst ratings ever. 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0.
Ball turned over on downs. It's now a 1st and 10 for Toronto, working from their own 16-yard line. Not a very good carry for the Toronto quarterback. A loss of 2 yards. The tackle by Hamer Jackson and Elisa Garcia.
Although her stats are horrible tonight, the Mouse has the biggest heart on this Toronto team. She wants to win tonight more than anybody. 0-7, it's unacceptable. 0-8 is totally unacceptable. Even though she has not any completion tonight and her passing percentage is 0, she is a leader. I love her style.
The reverse again, the reverse pass again to Donna Paul, complete again to Tiff Russell. And another big game for the Toronto offense off that play.
I mentioned I like the Mouse's heart, but I love Donna Paul's arm. Watch this pass again. Has she thrown an incompletion in the last 2 games we've seen her play, Van Roel?
That's a great catch by Tiff Russell in traffic. Good for a gain of 18 yards and a first down for Toronto.
Tiff Russell, 2 receptions tonight, 36 yards, average of 18 per catch. She needs to get the ball in her hands all the time. That's why Donna Paul needs to be throwing it.
Approaching the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Toronto. Quick pitch to Jenny Butler, left side. A big gain. A flag was flying on the play, but Jenny Butler carried the football for 12 yards. Here's Doug Richardson with the call.
Holding on the offense. Repeat the play.
That is a shame for Toronto, wasting a good run by Jenny Butler.
It wasn't a hold. It was a takedown by Sylvie Vinagre. Watch this takedown. That's why the gain was so big.
All right, a 1st and 15 now for Toronto after the holding penalty. Right around midfield for Villa Gonzalo and the Triumph offense. Mouse from underneath center. Inside handoff to Roxy Rowe. Running wild on the right side. Lots of running room for Roxy Rowe. Good blocking by Toronto. A gain of 13 yards.
Next year, Toronto's got to get the ball in Roxy Rowe's hands like this. Watch her run, Van Roel. The old rugby player, in fact, the captain of the national squad, running through the entire BC team. She needs the ball more next year.
The numbers for Roxy Rowe in this game. Impressive, averaging 7 yards a carry. 2nd and 2 for Toronto from the BC 10-yard line. They took your advice, Bobby. They gave it to Roxy Rowe again. Gets it inside the 5 and down to the 1-yard line.
You got to hand it to offensive coordinator Wayne Brock. He's putting the ball in Roxy Rowe's hands. If she gets 7-8 yards a carry like this, keep giving her the ball. Great blocking out in front. But even without blocking, she's tough to bring down. She cannot be stopped, Van Roel.
Out on the last 2 plays, a first down for Toronto from the 2-yard line. Villa Gonzalo trying to sneak it in, but the BC defense rises to the occasion and challenge again.
They've seen that play one too many times. They know the Mouse likes to take the cheese right up the middle, but there's nothing there. She's smiling about it because she knows BC has 6 girls right there all around her. Not happening, Mouse. You're going back.
So it'll be a 2nd and goal for Toronto as we play the final minute of the third quarter.
Toronto on the doorstep of scoring again. Who would have called this game tonight? If I was a betting man, obviously I would have bet BC. Toronto going in again for their 3rd score of the night. Wow.
Jenny Butler with the honors. She does indeed get into the end zone. Touchdown number 3 for the Triumph as they keep their home crowd in this contest.
I think that's her boyfriend in the front row. She chose, with her legs, she's not going to be stopped. Look at that. She's got the strongest legs in the LFL. Then she jumps up. I think that was Uncle Sam in the front row that she was hugging.
What is Uncle Sam doing north of the border?
It's an election year. You never know. You never know who's watching the game.
There you go. Toronto lining up for the points after. Right now their lead is 22-8, and they're trying to add to it by converting on these points after the touchdown. Mouse, Villa Gonzalo from the shotgun. Handoff, and again to Donna Paul, again trying for Crystal Hall. A rare occasion where Donna Paul is off the mark on her throw.
They have to come up with a different play. It's the same double reverse. They've seen this 5 times tonight. You give it to Donna Paul. She sees pressure right there, trying to hit Crystal Hall in the corner. Great coverage there, but that play, you can't do it too many times.
BC will have just a few seconds to run one play before this third quarter comes to an end. Marianne Hansen and the Angels, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Hansen from the shotgun. Sliding to her right, throwing downfield, caught. complete to Kate Marshall. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter.
Kate Marshall doing it all. She can run, catch, tackle, and block. Here, catching the ball. What else can she be? She could be the team doctor, maybe, Vanderbilt.
A picture of versatility. Toronto still in control, leading 22-8 as we head into the fourth and final period. Back at the Hershey Center in Toronto as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Marianne Hanson and the Angels facing a 2nd and 6 from their own 14. Hanson again looking to go to the air, left side. Oh, could have been picked off. Ball instead falls to the ground. Pass incomplete. That was a close call for the Angels.
She has all kind of times in the pocket, but she throws into triple coverage right there. I hate to say it, but I think they have a little complacency going on tonight because they're going into the lingerie bowl, but they're not thinking about tonight's game.
They have definitely been struggling throughout this contest, Bobby.
Hanson just doesn't have it tonight, Vanderbilt. She's throwing deep right there. She had a receiver, but she let it go too late. She throws right down the middle into double coverage. She should have thrown that ball. There, she underthrows a great receiver, Jessica Hawkins, outside. Overthrows over there. She's got to get her stuff together as a passer, and she doesn't have it tonight. She better have it in a couple weeks in the lingerie bowl.
That is for sure. 3rd and 6 for the Angels from their own 14. Hanson again from the shotgun. Looking over the middle, pressured that time, almost had the ball knocked loose, and eventually sacked by Stephanie Busatil.
Shauna Pinnock came off the edge. Unbelievably, she almost took Hanson's head off. Wow! Busatil finished his job right there, but it was interesting because Pinnock was suspended the early part of the game. She's coming on strong right now.
The Toronto defense has been fired up throughout this game. Here's some of their physicality on display.
Banner, where has this team been all year? Toronto looks aggressive. They're playing like they're the championship team right now.
If they had been playing like that in their 3 previous games of this LFL Canada season, they certainly would not have been winless at this point.
It's unbelievable. It's like it's a different team. You got to hand it to the coach getting them right.
4th and 15 now after that sack by Busatil and Pinnock. Hanson from the gun, slide to her right, looking to throw underneath, caught and complete to Elisa Garcia. A gain of 9 yards, but that will be short of the first down.
A sprint right, 4th and 15. It's a hook pattern for about 8 yards right there, Vanderbilt. It's not a smart pass by Hanson. Again, she threw the wrong receiver. 4th and 15. You have to get 15 at least.
Toronto takes over on downs. 1st and 10, and once again, they're in great field position as they hand it off to Jenny Butler. Back up the middle. Gain of 5 yards into the red zone. They are now 2nd and 5 and working from the 9-yard line. Bobby, with the way Toronto has moved the ball all day long against the BC defense, you got to wonder how BC is ever going to stop Furler, Heather Furr, and Annie Erler in the lingerie bowl game.
The way they're playing tonight, Vanderbilt, they're not. Saskatoon's offense will destroy them right now. Tamar Fennell in the backfield, Heather Furr. The potent offense against this team, the way they're playing tonight, it's not going to be close.
2nd and 5 for Toronto. 9 yards away from the end zone. Hand off to Jenny Butler. Up the left side. Great, strong run. Good enough for the first down.
This BC defense has to step up. I love Jenny Butler as a back. She's got great legs. Watch this counter right here. She runs right through Heidi Nordby as one of the strongest backs, but she is not a Tamar Fennell. Tamar Fennell is going to have a field day against this BC defense unless they get their act together.
Now a 1st and goal for Toronto, just 3 yards away from the end zone. So do you think the BC defense is just caught looking ahead a little bit here?
I think you're right, Tanner. I mean, obviously they're a great team. They wouldn't be playing in lingerie bowl. I mean,
there you go.
That's the team we know right there. When I was in Miami, we went through the same scenario. We made the playoffs. We had one last game to play. I thought my team was ready, but they're not. This is the BC team we know right there. Stopping teams for loss, but all game long, it's like their minds were in the lingerie bowl. And I know it's going to be a different team showing up, and it better, or Saskatoon is going to, like I say, kick their butt.
Heidi Nordby with the quality stop on the last play, resulting in a loss of 3 yards. Here it is, 2nd and goal from the 6. Roxy Rowe, again running into some better BC defense, only gaining 2 yards, but we do have a flag on the play. Our referee is Doug Richardson.
Procedure on the defense. 2nd down, field.
So that'll move the ball even closer to the end zone for Toronto. It'll be 2nd and goal, 3 yards away from the end zone.
The defense looks good, though, Vanderbilt. As you mentioned, they're coming up, they're stopping the ball. They haven't done that the whole game. Here it is, 4 minutes left of the game. They're finally playing some football. They need to get momentum going into the big game.
Villa Gonzalo working underneath center for Toronto. Handoff to Jenny Butler. Again, the BC defense standing up when it counts. Stevie Snoor with the tackle.
That's what the BC defense, watch Stevie Snoor right here. This is the girl we know, one of the strongest players in the league, stopping one of the strongest running backs in the league. This BC defense needs to play like that, man.
Absolutely, we do have a player down on the field, and oh boy, that is bad news for BC. Ashley Hamer-Jackson down on the field, flat on her back, and looking like she's in pain.
Wow, Vanderbilt, she got injured a little bit earlier in the game, but this one looks bad. I hope, and this is why the coaches don't like playing players in games that don't mean anything, especially when you're playing in a championship the next week. It's almost like the 4th week of the preseason in the NFL. They don't play their star players. She's walking it off, but she's got a big limp. I hope she's okay.
Definitely shaken up, and that's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Bobby. Resting their star players. Still a 3rd and goal situation for Toronto, and once again, the BC defense is really stepping up once Toronto gets inside the 5-yard line.
It looks like a busted play. The whole backfield went left, and the Mouse went right with no protection, and she got swamped by the whole BC defense.
Despite that last play, Mouse Villa Gonzalo has definitely been having more fun tonight.
Hey, we're in 2-minute drill. If you get cut under a pile, call a timeout. We have 1 left to spare. Quarterback can sneak. Let's go. Ready? It's not my fault. It takes 3 people to take me down.
Val's finally enjoying having the lead and playing with the lead.
Where's that been all year, Vanero?
No kidding. Villa Gonzalo back to throw. Oh, the ball is loose as it hits the wall and goes out of bounds. Recovered by Crystal Hall of Toronto, but they will miss out on their opportunity to score. BC still has a chance to redeem themselves.
Right here, this looks like the old Toronto team. Just what we thought. They're getting over the hill. They're finally going to win a game. They fumbled the ball. They're going in. Now it's only back outside the 10-yard line.
3 minutes left in the contest. Let's check in with Mitch Mortaza down on the field.
3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The injury with Ashley Hamer-Jackson does not appear to be serious. A bit of a scare, but turned out that her tape, literally her tape was too tight. So they obviously cut the tape off and she couldn't return. Back to you guys.
Great news, Vanderbilt. Coach Snell has got to be out of the full lather. That's great news for BC. That's one of their biggest defensive players back in action, hopefully.
Oh, it's picked off, the Hanson pass. Picked off by Whitney Peronish off the 1st and 10. The struggles for Hanson and the BC offense continue, and with less than 3 minutes to go in this game, Bobby, this is definitely the time for Hanson and Manu to sit down.
It really is. In fact, you want to have a girl with good confidence. Right now, there's 2 minutes left in the game, and you're getting picked off by a team that's 0-7. Granted, Peronish is a great defensive player. She helped Philadelphia get to the championship game, but Hanson needs to get some momentum going. Her stats right now are horrible. 4 out of 14. Her rating is 9.8. That's not championship material.
And with the recent shakeup injury to Ashley Hamer-Jackson, even though it sounds like they dodged a bullet with her, that just proves that the Stars need to sit and watch the rest of this game as the handoff is given to Jenny Butler on 1st and 10 for Toronto. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Toronto in complete control and on their way to their first victory, at least it appears so. There's a dejected BC Angels fan who's got to be wondering how his team is going to do in the first ever LFL Canada Lingerie Bowl 3 weeks from tonight as the Angels host the Saskatoon Sirens.
Story of the game is the BC miscue. Stephanie Minot's fumble right there. Unbelievable she's fumbling like that as a championship player. Another fumble by Marianne Hansen. She picks it up and then fumbles it again. I mean, miscues all over the field. She throws into coverage right here. She gets picked off in an interception. Championship teams don't play like this. They got to pick it up somehow, get their act together, and get ready for the big game.
It's been a night full of frustration for Marianne Hansen and the Angels, but a great night for Toronto as they are on their way to their first ever victory in their last 8 tries. Man, that's got to feel good for the Triumph.
Toronto's got a lot of talent. I look for them next year to have a solid team coming back. A lot of games this year, they were in it until the end. And right there, Cam McLean, we haven't seen her all year. She's a speedster from outside of Toronto, but she can play. They have a lot of talent coming back, Vanderbilt.
Playing the final minute, 47 seconds of this contest here at the Hershey Center in downtown Toronto. The end around to Denisha Payne, loss of 2 yards, but again, some of the reserves getting some time here.
And well-deserved. Another great player, Denisha Payne. She's a multi-athlete from Pickering, Ontario. She has not seen a lot of action either, but between her and Cam McLean, they should have a lot of action, and this team will be solid next year. Trust me, Vanderbilt.
It's now a 4th and 4 for Toronto. A first down will obviously seal the game. Let's check in with Mitch Mortaza down on the field.
All right, guys, 135 and counting. I think it's safe to assume the 800-pound gorilla might be removed off the back of the Toronto Triumph. They're going to go in and try to pick up some points here, as we can see with Pachana Pinnock here. But this should be a big relief for the Toronto Triumph. And what an incredible night for them to finally feel what it feels like to win a ball game. Congratulations to them. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mitch. And absolutely, it's got to be a great relief and a great thrill for Toronto as Pachana Pinnock finally gets to carry the football.
And we've seen her play. Pinnock is one of the best backs in LFL Canada. She has not played tonight because of her suspension early in the game. But they've got a lot of talent. I can't wait to see what they got next year.
As Toronto begins their celebration, we again turn our attention to the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada. BC hosting Saskatoon, and despite the sloppy, less than impressive performance by BC tonight, Bobby, it should be a great Lingerie Bowl.
Absolutely, Van Earl. Remember, BC came into the season ranked number 1. They have a bunch of studs. And as we know, Stephanie Manu showed her stuff this year as the leading rusher in LFL Canada. She's going to run hard against Saskatoon. But the big story is going to be, in my opinion, can Hansen throw against that secondary? They have 2 of the best safeties in the league, Hurler, and on the corners they get Agam Chichindu and Tamar Fennell. I don't think she's going to be able to throw against them. It's going to come down to Stephanie Manu and what she can do on the ground.
Final few seconds here in Toronto, and it looks like to me Miles Villagonzalo wants to try to get it in the end zone one more time. And you can understand her motivation after so many frustrating games for herself and her teammates. But picking up on your point about the Lingerie Bowl, Andy Erler, the Saskatoon quarterback, has really been head and shoulders above any other quarterbacks in NFL Canada this season.
Absolutely. Andy Erler, you're right. She was the #1 quarterback. I look for her to have a big game, and Hansen has not played good tonight, but she's played good all year. It should be a great game to watch, Vander. I'm fired up about it.
Right now, Toronto celebrates, finally, their first ever win in 8 tries. Villagonzalo with a smile on her face as the clock reaches 0. Mitch Mortaza has been our man down on the field, and he's with a couple of happy Triumph players.
Out of field, guys. End the game. We got a couple, I think, happy people down here with me, maybe. It's been a long time coming, huh? What did Deion Sanders once say? That was like childbirth of about 10 years when the win finally came. How did it feel to be a part of that?
Oh my God, it's inexplicable. We've been waiting a really long time for this to happen, and to have it happen at home, and to have it happen the way that it did. We all put a great effort into it, and I'm speechless. This is great. It's one win, but it's a stepping stone in the right direction.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Donna. We'll see you next season. And we got here our game MVP, co-game MVP, Crystal Hall, who was also part of that 2011 team that had a tough time. Great to finally get that monkey off your back, I bet.
It sure is. We've worked so hard this season to finally stop everything that we did last year and really start something new and come forth with the best team that we have. I'm really proud of my girls and proud of everything we've done, and we deserve this win.
Yes, you did. Enjoy this one tonight. We'll see you next season, Crystal.
And watch out for me, number 20.
All right, guys, as you can tell, it's got a little festive down here. I think Everybody's heading out to get a nice Canadian Molson. Back to you guys.
Mitch, another great job on the sidelines, and sounds like a great plan. As we take a look at the final numbers, Bobby.
The final stats, I think it's unbelievable rushing yards. Toronto 130, Stephanie Manu and BC 29 yards on the ground. Unbelievable, Van Earl.
Toronto gets their first ever franchise victory with a 22-8 win over the BC Angels. They were tough and they were strong all day long. 3 weeks from tonight, the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada, as we come to you from BC, where the Angels will host the Sirens of Saskatoon. For Bobby Hugo and Mitch Mortaza, I'm Van Earl Wright. We'll see you in 3 weeks at the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada.